Checka. Hey, what's going on, friends? It is the 9th of April. Here we go. It is the 9th of April, 2021. This show comes to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now. Oh, shit. Damn it. Oh, God. What an asshole. Phillip, you got to start getting a montage of me screwing this up because I don't have this thing plugged in. Eric Zane Show podcast begins now. Embarrassing.
Yes, hello. Sean Gotti with you once again from Raleigh, North Carolina. And you know what? There's a million other things I'd rather be doing right now. But here I am, listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast. So without further ado, here he is, the one, the only, thank God, Eric Zane.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that, buddy. What's going on? This is the daily show where I talk about news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week, Monday through Friday. My day job has been for 2 years, 3 months, and a few days. Riding out into the sunset for as long as I can. So welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast. I'm glad you are here. There's several ways you can get this show. Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Please like the page. And if you're watching on there, please share it and like it. That would be very, very cool. I appreciate that. I have a sponsor for Facebook. It's Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Also a Periscope video, part of Twitter, at Eric Zane Show. Brought to you by Blue Frost IT. I request that you retweet it with a snarky, rude comment. Those go a long way in my book. Also, on YouTube, Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and the like button, and off we go. And I'm also on Instagram, Eric Zane Show on Instagram, brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. And as always, the audio podcast downloadable wherever you download podcasts. Okay. I prefer Apple Podcasts. If you would, on Apple Podcasts, please leave me a 5-star review. Say something rude, and appreciate that. Subscribe, rate, and review for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Okay, I've got merchandise available at Eric Zane Show. I should say ericzaneshow.com is my website. Just hit merch. There's tons of stuff available there. Masks, coffee mugs, T-shirts, hoodies, you name it. It's all there with different styles. Okay, I have, I think, 9 different styles to choose from just an Eric Zane Show podcast logo to stuff with my dad's face on it, like the Dear Meathead coffee mug. By the way, all the coffee mugs are in black now. I had put this one in yellow for some reason. I don't know why. I wish I hadn't. But all the coffee mugs are black. I think there might be one that's like kind of like a red, but very rare. I don't always have a cup of coffee when I'm doing the podcast. I sound like that guy in those commercials. Was that Dos Equis? The Dos Equis guy? But so I got to drink this before it gets ice cold. So if you got them, drink them right now. Here we go. Turn down my mic so you can't hear me drink. Trying to keep this professional and above board. Almost done. Not quite. Still not done. One more. All right. Okay. First off, tomorrow is the day that I record with Carl and Andy for Who Are These Podcasts. I'm a little nervous about that. There isn't much that I get nervous about, but I am a little nervous about that because it's me in front of people who don't know me. So, basically, I've lifted clips of a podcast that we are going to review called the Let Me Tell You podcast with Jamar Jones. And we listen to it separately. We take notes about what is funny about it. And then we play those clips on Who Are These Podcasts. We review Jamar's podcast with, we kind of goof on it. That's the point of the show. I kind of fell in love with this podcast. I made a friend in Carl. He roasted my show. He and Andy ripped me a new one. I thought it was hilarious. And since then, I've been able to kind of like have this pseudo friendship with Carl. And so there we go. They've also reviewed the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. They do a thing on there called Jocktober, which is a ripoff of they kind of took that bit from the old Opie and Anthony show, and they take radio people in Jocktober, shock jocks, disc jockeys, whatever, and review either their radio show or their podcast. So they, being an ex-radio guy, they did mine, and then they also did a couple other shows, and then they did Free Beer and Hot Wings too. So they goof on you, say rude shit, and then that's it. So I banged on Carl's door not long ago at the urging of Mark in, I believe, New Orleans, who said, I listened to the show to WATP. Who Are These Podcasts? You should ask Carl if you can be on. And I go, I don't know. I don't think he'd be interested. So then I texted him like about 10 seconds later, and he responded right away and said, yeah, you can guest host April 10th. Okay, great. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be fun. The show will then he'll publish it on April 11th, the following day, Sunday. Okay. Now, we're adding one more thing to this. I've talked to you a lot and introduced you to the name Chad Zumock. I didn't know who Chad Zumock was prior to Who Are These Podcasts. When I heard him, he really turned me off. And so that was that. I didn't wake up after I listened to Chad Zumock and say, I want to screw with this guy now. But he was extremely aggressive towards a ton of other people. Mitch Fatel, Bert Kreischer, of course, Opie, which, that's part of the show, is making fun of Opie. For some reason, he likes Stuttering John. And he went after Chrissy Mayer. And there was some other folks too, maybe even Rogan. Well, he just lays waste, and he's just everybody's untalented. He's better than everybody. He's extremely jealous, and he lashes out at these people who are much more successful than him. So I was like, boy, that's really weird. But I didn't do anything about it. I didn't say anything. That next week, Carl happened to be on the Chrissy Mayer podcast. And I heard some of it from her point of view. And then after hearing her, and she seemed very intelligent and polite, I go, well, all right, he's just being a dick to her. I'm on Team Carl, or I'm on Team Chrissy Mayer on this. So that's the end of that. Okay, so that ends. That's kind of stuck in my craw. A couple times, Carl brings this Zumock guy back on his show for some reason. This is the only flaw I have with Carl. Why do you? I'm not going to ask him during the show because it'll be weird. But I'm like, why the fuck do you even run with this guy? I mean, you seem to have a good bit of sensibility about you. Why? What is? I mean, there's so many people you can handpick to be on your show who are talented, with the exception of me. Why Zumock? I mean, is it because he's such a dick? People are gonna listen. That's maybe, I guess. Okay, so he brings this dirtbag on again, and just by accident, my name happens to crop up, and it had nothing to do with Zumock. Okay, nothing to do with him, but he's witness to it. I find out through the grapevine that they had that conversation. I talk about it on this podcast, and in it, I bust Carl's balls tongue in cheek, but I also take a run at Zumock intentionally and tell the world how much of a cock this guy is. He hears it. He comes after me. Let's play the feud. Starts the Twitter war, which a lot of you saw. I tried to hire him on Cameo. He bitched out. And then he blocked me. And he's a really sensitive bitch and a crybaby. And he's gutless. He's the guy who rips everybody a new one. And then he finally meets somebody who can call him out on his bullshit and actually wants to fight the guy. And he's a huge pussy. So All right. Fast forward to mid-March. Zumach puts out a podcast where all it is well, it's all pathetic. I don't want to even spoil any of it. It's just shitty. Okay? I tell Carl, I go, dude, have you heard this shit? Listen to this. He listens to it, and the suggestion is made that I should discuss Zumach's podcast on Carl's show. So I'm going to do that too. And I can't wait for this. Now, this I'm really excited about because Zumach, all he's had to do is open his mouth, and he's gotten himself, he's a walking contradiction. And I have ridiculous audio examples of just how ridiculous this asshole is. So that's getting you up to speed on all the shit that's going to go on this weekend. So we record that Saturday. If you are on the Who Are These Podcasts Discord, okay, some of you may know what Discord is. A lot of my audience doesn't know what Discord is. I've mentioned it before. I actually have a spot on Discord, but I don't really do a ton with it. Carl, if you are on his Discord, you can hear the show live. He actually makes it available live as it happens on his Discord. So that is all. So he usually gives you a heads up. Hey, we're about to go live. And then you click on it and off you go. So that sets the table for that. I'm really, really excited about that. It should be a lot of fun. It's actually a very, very good opportunity for your old pal Eric Zane. It's always good to be on other shows because then you're exposed to new people and maybe you can get more people to listen to your show. That's what you do. Podcasters stick together like that. Radio, it's a little bit different. There's just not a lot of cross-pollination with other radio shows. At least it hasn't in the past. But so that's that. All right. So this guy, Prince Phillip, is dead. To most of you enjoying this show, okay, you have you've seen the guy. You've seen a tall dude who's very old, who's kind of like walking behind the Queen. All right. I know that for me, that's about all I knew about this guy. I don't know anything about this guy. I know that most of the world, when they said, oh yeah, Meghan Markle, she's talking about that whole business about wondering about the skin color of the kid. I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, it's the old man. He did it. He's the one who did it. 99 years old. I don't believe that. I think that they actually said it wasn't the king or it wasn't the queen and the prince. It had nothing to do with them. And I think as this guy aged, he's just shy of his 100th birthday that he passed. He just passed today. I think his faculties were kind of in question as these last months or years even passed. But all right. So I did a little bit of looking into this guy, who he is, being that he's nearly 100 years old at his passing. He had done a lot, okay? And so this is in my short, brief bit of fact gathering about Prince Phillip. This is what I know. The guy was a badass, okay? And they describe him as kind of like a say whatever the hell you want type of guy, rough and aggressive. And kind of like militaristic, stiff upper lip. And they describe him as being very, very different than his son, Prince Charles, they describe his kid, as super sensitive and, kind of not at all aggressive like Prince Phillip was. So this guy in World War II, he was like an admiral on a ship and had plenty of battles at sea during World War II. So a lot of military experience for this guy. He actually came from a royal family to begin with himself, Prince Phillip. Let's see, of Greece and Denmark. Was born to final child of Prince Andrew of Greece and Denmark and Princess Alice of Battenberg. Okay, so you go way back, as you would expect, a rich lineage. So all right. But here's some of the things that stood out to me about Prince Phillip. All right. This fact. Hang on. In 1939, King George VI and Queen Elizabeth toured. No, hold on. I'm already getting ahead of myself. All right, here we are. King George VI and Queen Elizabeth toured the Royal Navy College in Dartmouth. During the visit, the Queen and Louis Mountbatten asked his nephew Philip to, King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, they go in for this big tour of the Royal Navy College in Dartmouth. And tagging along with King George VI and Queen Elizabeth are two chicks, young teen daughters, all right? Prince Philip sees the one daughter, Elizabeth. Prince Philip is 18. Elizabeth is 13. Okay, the lady he married. So right away, he he's an 18-year-old dude, and he fell in love with her at 13. It sounds like a Chuck Berry song. Holy shit. So they asked Philip to escort the king's two daughters. That's where the fireworks happened, man. It was enriched uranium. The sparks are flying between Philip and Elizabeth. And so Margaret's there. She's probably like the ugly one. She's like, oh, fuck, man. Elizabeth gets all the dick here. Oh, my God. This is terrible. Another one. Another good one likes Elizabeth, of course. Shit. So Elizabeth and Margaret were actually Philip's third cousins. Married his cousin through Queen Victoria, and second cousins once removed through King Christian IX of Denmark. So there you go. Elizabeth, Philip, they fall in love. They begin to exchange letters when she was 13. Eventually, Philip says to the king, hey, this is 1946. Really want to marry your daughter, man. She's the one. She is the one. The king goes, all right. Treat her right. There you go. 21 years old. They actually waited until she turned 21 until they got married. So there you go. That was it. The rest is history. What a love story, huh? It worked out. It started out as a bit of a pedo vibe and married your cousin. But, okay. Third cousin, I guess you can pull that off. I don't know if you can do that now. Can you do that now? Can you marry your cousin? I don't think, I can marry my direct cousin, but can you marry like a second cousin? And that's all a little weird, isn't it? I mean, to me, if Prince Philip passes, because this all happened just this morning. It was all like as soon as the news started, they're talking about one thing and they go, okay, we've got breaking news. Everything gets pushed off the table. We got to talk about Prince Philip. And they're like, okay, Prince Philip is dead. To me, it should start with Prince Philip married his cousin. He's dead. He married his cousin and he's dead. And the queen is just, nobody talks about that shit. He actually married his cousin. You'd think that would be a big part of the story, but no, I guess not. What's also interesting to me is on the passing of Prince Philip is you see this from time to time. They had a lot of pre-produced news pieces ready to go looking back in memoriam. So this morning you got Hoda and what's her name? Samantha Guthrie? Savannah Guthrie? I just love her, by the way. She is absolutely she's such a sweetheart. I mean, she could tell me anything and it would just be like, you're just the greatest. I don't want anybody to ever piss her off. I love her so much. Oh, here comes the sun. Shit. Okay. So Savannah is like, all right, now for more on this, here's so-and-so. And then there's like a long 5-minute piece about this guy. And I'm like, oh my God, they had this ready to go because they knew he was going to die. So I wonder if they're making one for DMX right now. So okay, that's it. The rest is history. These two fall in love. He has to kind of like it. I think to me, his job from that point on is they as soon as his wife becomes a queen, that he just kind of has to walk behind her and do public appearances for the rest of his life. And this guy's like, fuck no, man. I want to be in battle. I want to be blowing shit up on my boat, for God's sake. He was part of the invasion of, was it Normandy? Let me see here. Yeah, this guy was a serious badass. Military service, naval and wartime service. Where is it? Yeah, I read. I swear to God, he was involved in the invasion of France when they were what do you call it? Getting the Germans out of there. The Allied invasion of Sicily. It was all over it. He's the guy with the binoculars that says, "All right, a little bit more to the left. We got him on the run." Boom, boom. So rest in peace, Prince Phillip. 99 years. What a life for that guy. Okay. I wonder if this is the type of thing where, after all the drama with, what's the redhead dude's name? Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan, if they're like in the U.S., whatever it is they do for a living now, have a Spotify show or some shit. If they're like, fuck, Grandpa's dead. Man, maybe we shouldn't have done this. This is ugly. Everybody needs us. All the royals are together now mourning this badass guy. And they're over here singing like songbirds to fucking Oprah Winfrey. I feel like I'm kind of a spirit animal with this guy for this right here. Philip's down-to-earth manner was attested to by a butler at the White House here in the U.S. Okay, there's a butler who told a story that on a visit in 1979. The butler's sitting there doing his butler stuff, and 79, who's in the White House? Jimmy Carter, I guess. And there's Prince Phillip. He's kind of like just hanging out, checking shit out in the White House. And Phillip walks up to the butler and goes, "Hey, how's it going? I'm Phillip." And the guy goes, "Hey, how you doing?" It says here, Phillip engaged him and a fellow butler in a conversation, and he poured the butler's drinks. He's like, "Come on, guys, sidle up to the bar. Let's knock a few back. This is boring as fuck. Come on." As well as a reputation, this is where I really like this guy, as for bluntness and plain speaking. Perfect. Joel, your fucking Deltaplex is a shithole. What the fuck? Look at your stupid pants. Look at your poverty pants. Fix your shit, you fucking dummy. Phillip was noted for occasionally making observations and jokes that have been construed as either funny or as gaffes, awkward, politically incorrect, or even offensive. Fuck yes. Oh my God, we lost a good one. But sometimes perceived as stereotypical of someone of his age and background. Racist. I'm not saying I'm racist. Sorry. In an address to the General Dental Council in 1960, there's a lot of jokes there. A British guy speaking to the General Dental Council. "You guys are doing a terrible job. The whole world's making fun of our teeth, you bunch of assholes." He jokingly coined a new word for his blunders. He described them as dontopedology. Is the science of opening your mouth and putting your foot in it, a science which I have practiced for a good many years, he said. Later in life, he suggested his comments may have been contributed to the perception that he was a cantankerous old sod. All right. So there you go. Kind of cool. I bet you didn't know any of that shit about this guy, All of this that I'm doing right here, talking about this old guy who just died, Prince Phillip, has something to do with an email of the day later on in the show that I think can lead to another new Eric Zane Show podcast, like a whole different, separate type of podcast that I can produce. All right. You're going to hate me, but I got to close the blinds because the sun is killing me. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. All right, I already got into a fight with somebody today. That would be Chris in Oregon. He's stupid, and this is what it was about. This is via Discord. There's only a handful of people on my Discord, but it all starts with how did it write? Okay. This person wrote, can we get the full story of what happened to Kyle? I missed it when it was happening, and the references here and there still get a bit confused since I don't know the backstory. Chris says something. Dude responds with, oh, okay, yeah. What's going on? I need more info. And this guy says, people's downfall stories are interesting. And then I said, hey, no trouble at all. And then I wrote, I would never put it in writing. And then Chris gets in, and he says, come fish in Oregon, Eric, in May. You coward, will catch a trout the size of Mr. 10. I wrote, that sounds amazing. I always feel bad for the fish, though. That's true. Whenever I go fishing, man, I don't know why. I'm so triggered by anything suffering. Okay, I have this pinpointed. And I talked about this last week when I was talking about Godzilla versus Kong. I'm bothered when I see Kong like bit, or when the radioactive, it sounds ridiculous, I know. But anything that is like an animal, that if it's Kong or fish flopping on the deck, I don't like that at all. Oh, my God. And God help us all if I hit an animal while driving. When I greased that deer a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't even give a shit about the car. I was like, is he okay? Oh, my God. Dude writes, you're such a sap. Hang on a second. And then this guy known as Public Nuisance, for some reason, he put a link in about DMX. DMX's brain activity tests reportedly show no improvement. So who knows what happened to this guy DMX, but it doesn't look good for him at all. So maybe he's brain dead. I don't know. I wrote, this guy has been a menace since he was a teenager. He just happened to be a popular artist. It's hilarious watching people fall all over themselves expressing what a, quote, great guy DMX was. Chris writes, honestly, Eric, he was on the front line of revolutionizing rap music, but your punk Armenian ass doesn't even know what you talk about, LOL. Public Nuisance says, I just like that one song that was in Deadpool. And he says, all the songs. And I'll write, oh, well, yeah, sure. His skill was undeniable. His criminal record was the problem. Fuck that guy. Idiot writes, that's rap music, you dumbass. And, all right, Public Nuisance adds, the best rap artist usually tends to be kind of shitty people. And so then I know this guy, so I sent him a text about this whole damn exchange just before I was getting ready to start the podcast. And I wrote, you are a stupid Oregon hippie. No, wait a minute. No, that isn't what I go, you jackass, DMX is a menace. I'm going to rip you a new one on the podcast. He says, come on, man. He made good music regardless of your taste. I don't argue with that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know a ton of it, but I'm sure. I mean, it's you can't argue with that. That isn't the fucking point. The point is he's a fucking menace. If O.J. Simpson drops dead today, no one is going to go, O.J. Simpson rushed for 2,000 yards, won the Heisman. Oh, my God, he will be missed. Dicks out for O.J. No, nobody's going to do that shit, you asshole. They're going to hate on the guy because he's a fucking murderer. Same thing with DMX. Get your head out of your ass, you stupid hippie. He's all focused on his stupid music. He says, if you haven't listened to Slippin', then you're selling. He acknowledges faults through his music. Oftentimes we can't acknowledge our faults like that. For that, I respect the fuck out of him. You're an idiot. I said, you are a stupid Oregon hippie. You are also a nominee for Asshole of the Day. And then I threw the O.J. Simpson reference there. I'm not supporting them, you prick. What the fuck? LOL. O.J. Simpson was a great athlete and DMX a transcending artist. So somehow I like beating women because I like DMX? I didn't say that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Dumb as fuck. LOL. I like DMX because he got me through the shitty parts of my life, man. What a sap. Holy fuck. Just like you. You ain't no saint neither. Neither am I. Do you want me to pull up DMX's rap sheet and all the shit this asshole has done? And here you are falling over yourself, you fucking idiot. Oh my God. Then he writes this. This is actually pretty sweet. He says, I'm almost 1 year sober thanks to you and others. So thanks, you big-nosed bastard. Well, you see, you're getting it right, man. You're turning it around. DMX has never turned it around. He's a fucking moron. It isn't that he had problems. He just didn't do it. He didn't do anything to address it. This is what DMX would do. Fuck up. Do something to break the law. I don't know. Have an overdose. Hurt somebody in his family. Sing about it. Idiots like you forgive him. And then, he's like, oh, and then he does it again and again and again. It isn't that he had problems. He just didn't fucking fix them. So shut the fuck up. He's listening in real time. So he writes, did the Duke of Edinburgh really fight in World War II or was he given safe postings? No, he was actually in the pitch of battle. He actually was in battle. Okay. That is a fact. All right. So screw you, you dummy. All right. But DMX still hanging on. Okay. I'm not saying that the guy needs to die. I wouldn't say that at all. But at the end of the day, he certainly was a piece of garbage. Okay. Hey, I've got merch, as I talked about, and I would love you to wear an Eric Zane Show podcast t-shirt. It's all at ericzaneshow.com. Click on merch, and we've got, what I love about the merch is that the t-shirt's 27 different colors to choose from. Oh, my God, and all different styles and blends. You can get the synthetic. You can get the extra soft. You can get the V-neck if you're one of those douchebags. We got ladies' cuts. You can just click male, female. So, the ladies are cut a little differently. And you got long sleeves, you got baseball jerseys, crews. Oh my God, hoodies, either zip up or pull over hoodies. Awesome. You put the logo on the front, on the back, whatever you want. And all the different styles have 9 different styles of t-shirt logos that have been created by either Zaniac John, the Psycho Magician, or my pal Jericho. All there, ericzaneshow.com. The Open is brought to you by my friends at Gift of Life Michigan. Gift of Life Michigan is a great organization that I have established a partnership with since the kidney donation. They called on me and they said, hey, man, we love the fact that this happened. You're a living donor. April 7th was National Living Donor Day. And so would you like to be a spokesperson for Gift of Life Michigan? I go, well, shit, yeah, this is what I did this for. Absolutely. So that's the relationship right there with Gift of Life Michigan. You can check them out on my sponsor scroll of ericzaneshow.com. They're right there, and you can click on that for more information about donating your organs in the event that there is an untimely passing, because 8 people's lives can be saved because of your organ donations. 8. And up to 75 people can have life-improving procedures done based on other, like your skin. I know it sounds crazy, and your corneas. So, just imagine that. You can't take this shit with you. Your beautiful spirit is going to go up to Asgard, and you're going to see the Rainbow Bridge, all that shit. And then your vessel on Earth is, forget it. We're either going to throw it in the ground or we're going to burn it. Take all your worthy parts out of there and give them to people who need them, for crying out loud. Thank you to Gift of Life Michigan. I've got a mortgage company that I want you to deal with if you're going to buy a home. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Mario is an absolute ass kicker. He's also the owner of the West Michigan Ironman indoor football team that I am associated with. In fact, I think I've got a bunch of tickets to give away for the West Michigan Ironman. They have a game coming up on the 23rd of April at Mercy Health Arena, right next to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage Convention Center in Muskegon. Mario's like, he's like the Lord down there. He's like his name's on stuff. He owns the football team. It's great. I am the PA announcer for the football team. This is so much fun. Oh my God. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm giving away tickets. I can't be 100% assured on that, but I'm pretty sure that I have tickets for that event. And I think it's all in one section of Zaniacs. Yes, you got to wear your dumb mask. Okay. Thank you, Mario, for being part of the show. 231-332-6505 if you need a mortgage, okay? That's what I'd like you to do, whether your credit is great, whether your credit stinks. He takes everybody. Not all mortgage people are the same, or I should say are doing the same job. A lot of people who do mortgages, when they see the guy coming who's a first-time mortgage person, or maybe their credit stinks, they might be like, I'm going to sidestep that one because, I don't know, they might be like, I'm not going to make that much money on that guy. Not Mario. No way. He wants everybody. 231-332-6505. Okay. I talked about this story on the Patreon yesterday because that's when I was introduced to it, and I couldn't wait to get onto the Patreon to talk about it. But I need to talk about it again because I've got a little bit more information about it, and it centers around. It's just God. It's the whole dynamic of how cameras are everywhere, and I cannot believe that anyone would be so bold and so warped in their brain to do this. And now you have to look at the aftermath after this guy has been exposed. Holy shit. Check this out.
There attend tonight a story so disturbing, we want to warn our viewers, make sure the kids are in bed or out of the room. It involves a
You know what that tells me? This is going to be good.
disgusting act with a beloved character from Sesame Street. A home inspector caught on a nanny cam pleasuring himself with a stuffed toy while on the job. Fox 2's Taryn Hasher here now with more on the story. Taryn?
Well, Hugh, let's put it this way. Technology can be a blessing and a curse. The camera in the baby's room triggered by movement and caught exactly what the home inspector was doing.
Now, okay, they actually show this guy. It's so perfect because they can show it because the guy's back is to the camera. He's got the Elmo, and he's just pounding it. I mean, it's just, his arm is feverishly moving. And, you know exactly what he's doing. He's heating up the German war helmet. And for some reason, this sick son of a bitch has to have the Elmo doll there. Now, so you see the back of this guy he's actually like near the closet area with the Elmo doll. And then, oh my God, he finishes up the job.
I mean, it's just, wow.
It's not often you hear a reaction like that from the Oakland County Sheriff. And it's not often you hear of an act so appalling. On March 12th, before selling an
this guy, this home inspector, he would have a better chance of recovery, of being able to assimilate with the normal world if he murdered a baby or a dog. I think he would have a better chance of actually having a normal life than if he's caught on camera masturbating onto Elmo.
For township couple let this man into their home on Gill Street for a routine inspection that turned into anything but. They left, never suspecting the 59-year-old man would allegedly fulfill his sexual urges with their child's Elmo doll.
While he was in there, he took that opportunity to be in a baby's nursery. And worse, while he's in the nursery, for whatever sick reason, finds himself in need of sexually gratifying himself with a Tickle Me Elmo doll.
This fucking sheriff is just grossed out, man. This guy is like, holy fuck. This guy has seen everything that the world can throw at him in terms of horrible. You figure a guy is a veteran cop for years. He's walked into just slaughterhouses. He's seen body parts hanging off ceiling fans. And this is the thing that's like, I can't take it anymore. I'm cashing my chips. I'm out of here. I can't take it.
Disturbing sexual act revealed when movement in the child's room triggered the nursery camera. The image shows when Kevin Van Leuven picked up the Tickle Me Elmo doll. The homeowner shocked when she was alerted on her cell phone.
She looked on her phone at the video feed and saw him. It looked like he was not inspecting. It looked like something was going on. So she hit the record button, and lo and behold, she ended up capturing something that certainly no one of their right mind could imagine.
It didn't take long for her to figure out what he was doing with Elmo.
Oh, yeah.
After hitting record, she immediately contacted the Oakland County Sheriff's Office.
Our deputies confronted him, and initially he denied it. And then they told him...
that is Kevin Van Leuven, Kate, Vanluven, which is remarkably similar to Lubin. What?
That it was on video, and then he apologized.
The fugitive apprehension team arresting the home inspector on Wednesday. He's been charged
with... Can you imagine if it was Kevin Van Jackoff on Elmo?
Aggravated indecent exposure to the Oakland County Sheriff's Office.
Our deputies confronted him, and initially he denied it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So what's great about this, by the way, Patriot Nick says he was overheard saying, yeah, I'll tickle you, you little bitch. Holy fuck. The fact that this poor son of a bitch is batching all over Elmo's face in a bit of Elmo bukkake, and the world is the gears of justice are spinning right now, as he's jacking it. So you have the homeowner is watching this guy jack off. She calls the cops and says, yeah, hey, you send a crew over there, send the cops in to my house because there's a guy jacking off on Elmo. He has no idea this is happening. The cops are racing over, okay? And Lady Justice, the scales are tipped all one way. Lady Justice is mortified. She's ripped off the blindfold. She's like, go get him, boys. As the guy finishes jacking his pud, the cops knock on the door, okay? And he's like, yeah, hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm just inspecting the house. Hey, what's happening? Like, yeah, you're in trouble for what? We heard about what you were doing the Elmo doll. Yeah, I was just moving it. No, we got video of you jacking off. Oh my God, this all happened while he was doing it.
And then they told him that it was on video, and then he apologized.
The fugitive apprehension team arresting the home inspector on Wednesday. He's been charged with aggravated indecent exposure and a misdemeanor charge of malicious destruction of property.
Okay, so those aren't big offenses, okay? Hey, $2,500 fine, whatever, some community service. I don't know, maybe a few weekends in jail, no big deal. That doesn't matter, though. This guy is done, okay? You don't have many options, anything at this point. Let's assume that Kevin Van Leuven, 59-year-old man, is a husband, a father, perhaps a grandfather. Oh, my God. The whole family is affected by this. Imagine anyone who is related to this guy. This has such long drawn-out effects that are going to have repercussions for forever. If I am Kevin Van Leuven, I talked about this on the Patreon. How when you're writing, okay, if you're faced with some type of adversity, maybe just to maybe put it all into perspective, you might write down your plan or your options. Let's say I don't know, you get a big tax bill like me, $21,500. And you're like, $21,400. Like, okay, how am I going to come up with this money? I got to figure it. I got to write my shit down. How can I generate money, or how can I, whatever? You figure it out, okay? Kevin has to do the same thing, but he's not putting down ways of earning money. He's writing down his options to kill himself. So he writes down, I could slash my wrists, I could throw myself out of the window, I could shoot myself in the head, I could drown myself, I could whatever. These are your options. Those are his best plans going forward. There is no chance for anything from this day forward at there being another good day that Kevin Van Leuven has. He will never, ever have another good day. You might as well just kill yourself.
But perhaps what's even more disgusting, after abusing the doll, Van Leuven put it back like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I have a question about that. Is there like a big looper on Elmo's face? Did he actually batch on it? Okay. Where is it? Is it flinging around inside of the closet? Is there a big, a white puddle on the floor of the closet? Is it on Elmo? What's going on at this point?
The doll back, which Mom would have never known had she not captured it. That's one of those.
Can you imagine if Mom picks it up and she like touches it and goes, "What? Who put toaster strudel frosting on Elmo?" And she goes, "Oh my God, it's jizz! Oh fuck, shit!"
Ew, kind of thought processes.
Second that. Well, Van Leuven expected to be back in court in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, as a condition of his bond, he is not to be alone in a house he doesn't own and will have to get a mental health evaluation. Huel.
And Taryn, if he confessed to doing it this time, has he done it before in other homes?
That is a very good question. I'm sure there are a lot of people right now, perhaps recognizing his name or his face, wondering what could have happened when they inspected.
There's various jizz spots in various homes that they're now going to test for DNA to see if it was. All right, we got the Elmo jizz, we got the carpet in the Foster's home, and we got that Eeyore who's got jizz all over his asshole. We all sorts of DNA samples that we can get to see if this is the guy.
They have inspected their home, but it just shows, the sheriff says, that you really have to watch.
Can you imagine being the forensic guy who, is used to going to crime scenes and gather specimens for DNA? He has to go to various homes and test on stuffed animals, on jizz stains to see if it's this guy's.
Into your home, you can't trust people that they're going to just do their job and just that.
Wow. So many different things to focus on this story. Oh my God. I would love to just get follow-up as to what is happening within. I mean, what type of hierarchy, or is he perhaps alone? I don't know. Jed writes, not everyone tastes what they find, Eric. Well, yeah, I know, but I would for sure smell it. Jed, we got to talk. Jed, I'm glad you're here. You have taken way too personally some of what I say on this show. Whenever I post something on Facebook that indicts dummies like you on the whole COVID thing or the Patriot thing, why do you feel the need to say the shit that this is why I don't listen anymore, man? You really hurts me. Are you serious? I thought you were a shit kicker. Who does that? How could you possibly do that? Jed, seriously? Oh my God. I'm actually glad that you're here. Okay. And when I see that you're here, I can actually talk to you directly. How the fuck did that happen? I used to run with you and your lovely wife. We spent time together. We were pals when we were training for the 5K. And here you've let all this political shit get in the way of everybody's friend, Eric. You know me. You should love me. I'm the guy who says exactly what is on his mind. I'm the guy you want to be friends with. And here you are, all butthurt, driving around in your fucking monster truck around Dorr, Michigan with all your other hillbilly friends. What the fuck are you doing, Jed? Oh my God, you pissed me off so bad. Look at, like, for example, Jed, you see Nick right there? Nick is like you. He's stupid just like you, okay? And he writes this, Jed, don't take it personally. We don't judge Eric on his shitty content, and neither should you. Fuck you, Nick. What the fuck is wrong with you? Nick is like you. He's the same type of patriot attitude. So if he can handle it, you can handle it. He writes, ha, 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 tongue-in-cheek, dummy. That is horseshit and a fucking lie. You said, this is why I don't listen anymore. What the fuck is that? You know how bad that hurts me? Holy shit. Oh, my God. See, I'm as sensitive as you are. All right. I'm glad you're there. No more. No more being mean to me. Trevor says, Eric talks about jizz on Eeyore and then wonders why we are not on our best behavior during the Gift of Life stream. LOL. Bullshit. The Gift of Life stream, I'm talking with professionals about kidney donation, and you fucking morons are sitting there make poo-poo caca jokes. These professionals are seeing this shit. What the fuck? Welcome in, Richard. My new pal, Richard, who writes, I'll take things that trigger Eric for $500. No, it's all good, man. I mean, if I give shit to everybody, then I gotta take it too. Kenny, not listening, says, Eeyore, I thought it was Elmo. There was an Eeyore blast in there too, but you were too busy talking your ass off on the live stream. Dummy. All right. Adam says, we learned it from you, Dad. Yeah, I know. I get it. Corey drops in, people can donate jizz too. Okay. Man, what a damn story about that guy. Jed, truth be told, I'm glad you're there. I hope your wife and family are doing well. Where the hell am I? Wait a minute. I talked about Gift of Life. I talked about Van Dyke Mortgage. I talked about Elmo. And now I want you to buy my Patreon. Jed, this is what you can do. You can make it up for me. Patreon, you can make it up to me. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Ben and I are doing the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast tonight. It's going to be awesome. Ben just applied for a new radio job. I hope he gets it. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Ben and Eric Patreon podcast featuring our Zoom audience. We have a live audience on Zoom. If you are on Zoom, you are invited, but you gotta let me know if you want to be on it. All right? There's several of you who have the link. Like, you know, we've done it before. It's the same damn link. You can just come on in as you please. Come and go as you please. But if you haven't yet gotten the link, you got to come to me for it. All right? Patreon.com/Eric Zane is where you find it. And then you're invited in. You enjoy the show with us. You knock back a couple of pops. It's a fun environment. We play Bet on Ben. We do Ben's shitty Twitter jokes. And it's behind the paywall, so it's even more ridiculous than this is. It's awesome. Ben and Eric Patreon podcast is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, patreon.com/Eric Zane. I suggest you just try it. $5 or $10 a month. If it sucks, you cancel it. You get the rest of that month, and then it does not auto-renew. If you like it, though, you can either let it ride or convert it to a yearly, which saves you 10%. Thank you. Okay. Blue Frost IT, managed IT service provider for the show. If you have an IT issue, you need Blue Frost IT if you are in West Michigan. 616-200-8550 for project, which means, hey, we're moving the office. Okay, we're moving the office, and we're going to set up a whole new tech arrangement, different drops, wall plugs, wall jacks, everything. Every new network, new firewalls, everything is getting done. You call upon Blue Frost IT, they will give you a complimentary consultation, 616-200-8550. If you want their managed services, what that means is, like, if my computer goes south, I subscribe to them on a managed service. So I just say, hey, this isn't working. Can you log in and fix it? Yeah, I got to come over your house, though. They do that. They're boots on the ground. That's the managed effort. Then if you're at home and your laptop blows up, or your desktop is a mess, or your kid wants a gaming computer built, or you're working from home and you need to improve what you have, this is who you call. Blue Frost IT. 616-200-8550. Also, Kent makes a good point. If you can't handle it when people are dishing it out, then you're no better than Chad Zumach. Well, that pretty much settles it. You are right. You are right. I was behaving like a child. It just seemed like he was serious. That's what my problem was. It seemed like he really, was hating on me, and we had been actually pretty tight to some degree because we had done so many cool things training for the 5K. So that's why I took that personally. I guess that's my excuse. Okay. I'm reading comments. I shouldn't. Jesse writes, now that I looked up who Chad Zumach is on Twitter, I keep getting email updates about his updates. Thanks, Zane. Well, I think you can turn that off, right? Can't you? Come on. Jed says I better get a free t-shirt when I sign up on Patreon. All right. Yeah, we can make that happen. For you only. By the way, you need to know, Jed, since we're becoming friends again, that on my personal Facebook page, I blocked you because I was being a child. So I have to apologize for that. You're obviously not blocked on here, but we were friends on Facebook. But I was so butthurt by that I actually blocked you, excuse me, on my personal Facebook. So we need to undo that. And I think I have to go into my settings to unblock you. You pissed me off so badly, Jed. I'm not going to lie to you. Hold on a second here. You know what, Jed? If you give me your email, I can bring you in here on the live stream. We can actually get to the bottom of this right now. So you can either put it on the live stream, your email, or you can just email me directly your email if you're not comfortable doing that. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. And then I can bring you in here and we can clear this up. Because I think you have been very hurtful to your old pal, Eric. And I think you need to say sorry for that. I'm getting Daisy is out like a corpse. You can actually see her cheeks moving when she exhales. She's going, me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Tim writes, jizz-faced Elmo. Like this guy is the only person who's plowed Elmo. Is that lady getting arrested for recording sexual acts with puppets? Hashtag truth. You sick bastard, Tim. Chad, Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Hold on a second. Let's see if he's in here. Jed was on Patreon back in the day. I see your email. Okay, I'm going to send you an invite. Because I can do that. Invite guests. Copy. And then I just go to inbox. L-I. There you are. Jedediah is your full name. Okay. Get in the live stream, you bitch. Click this. This is kind of a new feature that I've been experimenting with here and there that I'm not that proficient with, but it might lead to fun. All right. Where's O'Neill? O'Neill's right over there. He's sitting in the chair. You can't see him. He has this one chair he prefers. All right. We'll see if old Jed can find the time to be here. Let's see. Amanda says, anybody else miss the drops? I love the drops. I just haven't played them in a while. When's the last time we had the drops?
Hey, honey, how you doing?
There you go, Stevie. Hi.
Hi, O'Neill. Hi, handsome boy. When can I meet that guy? Fuck you, asshole.
There you go. There's your drops. I'm not that good at drops because when you're alone, it's tough to kind of do it at one time. When you're doing a solo show, it's tough to actually, do it at the same time. Tyler says, I vaguely recall Eric giving Kenny truckloads of shit for blocking Nick on Facebook when he was mad at him. And then Eric blocked Jed when he was mad at him. Yes, I did. And it's because of that. It's because I blocked him. Let's bring him in right now, the one and only Jed. How are you, Jed?
What's up, dude?
Oh, hold on. Click your microphone on there. Mess around with that if you could. And then we'll be able to hear you because I can't hear you right now. Yeah, it looks like you're muted. You're very handsome though. Are you and you're driving your monster truck? That's good. So,
nope.
I can't hear you. I can just see you. So, yeah, monkey with that thing. I don't know why I don't. You there?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can see you. I can't hear you.
God damn it.
Fuck. We're so close, Jed. We're so close. Don't get in a wreck. I would, oh my God, I would be so hurt. Can you imagine if we saw your head actually fly off? I can't hear shit, man. Oh no. Come on, Jed. I can only get this up.
This one?
Wait a minute. Oh, I get it. You guys hear him. I don't hear him. I see. Hang on.
You fucked it up.
Okay. How about it? Yeah, I did fuck it up.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay. So, Jed,
right.
yeah, I was so butthurt by you over the years. Last year, I started getting more outspoken about various things. And then you, it seemed like were super pissed at me. Is that true?
No, I don't remember what you're even talking about. I remember I stopped listening for a little bit because the whole fear bunker stuff,
Why?
The whole COVID shit.
Well, how come?
Because here's this. I'll be honest with you. I don't have any anxiety. You know what I mean? And through this whole bullshit, I was getting anxiety, and it was just like stressing me out. And then hearing it on the radio, hearing it from you all the time, I had to take a break. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It was nothing personal.
Okay.
I just had to.
Okay. I took it personally.
I know you, big pussy.
I thought you hated me. I thought you were.
No, of course I don't hate you. I don't hate anybody.
Oh,
I still have friends.
Good. I felt bad.
I still have everybody on Facebook too. All the same stuff. Every once in a while I'd listen. I was gonna message you about your mom. Tell you sorry to hear about that.
All right. Well, I was being a total bitch, and I apologize.
You're good. Oh, now how's
all right.
family with you? I missed a lot. What's going on? Did Jim got 6 kids now or what?
No, just two kids. He turns 26 this weekend, unbelievably. But
wow.
yeah. So you have what? 30 kids now?
Yeah, 4.
Any more?
No. I closed that shop.
Oh my gosh. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you're back. Sorry about all that, and I'm glad we're friends.
It's okay. Makes for good radio. But I am kind of laughing at you. Blocked me on your personal page.
Yeah, I did. I absolutely did.
No wonder I can never tag you anymore. I'm like, what the shit?
Yeah, I am sorry about that. It was a very bad moment of weakness and a display. I took it poorly, what was going on, and I have no excuse.
I can't remember what even happened, but yeah, it's all good.
All right, very good. Well, I'll unblock you, and then we'll have sex.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Talk to you. See ya. Bye. There you go. I'm glad I figured that out. Of course, it was my fault. It was my fault screwing that up. Damn it. I'm such an idiot. Oh, all right. Well, hey, we're not done. We're moving on here. That was neat, though. It took me a while to get it. Sorry about the screwing up the audio there. But we got it. We figured it out. Now I know. Now I can invite more and more people in. We can do stuff like that. What that allows more like interaction with you guys. So I'm glad that this platform that I use allowed me to enable that. So that's good. Kind of like a little experiment right there. Yeah, I was really butthurt by that. Really butthurt. And that is a perfect example of just how weak I truly am. And you're right. Yeah, I did beat up Kenny about that pretty bad. I feel pretty stupid now that I did that. But all right. Live and learn. Live and freaking learn. Okay. So I don't know if you saw this. Shaquille O'Neal is apparently, he's making the rounds. Just has a slight bit of cringe to it, and I'll explain it. But Shaq there's video of Shaq going around at a jeweler. Some guy goes in there to pay off the rest of his engagement ring or something like that on like layaway or something. And Shaq witnesses it, and then he pays off the guy what the guy owes. He just does it, and you can see it. They're talking about it on the NBA show that Shaq's on. I don't even know what the hell it's called, but all the talking heads are on TV talking about it, and they express that moment. And then there's one awkward part at the beginning of this. Listen. All right.
Look at this. Shaq randomly paid for a young man's engagement ring?
You know what happened yesterday?
When did this happen?
This happened yesterday. So I was in Zales.
You know what happened yesterday? When did this happen? This happened yesterday.
When did this happen?
This happened yesterday. So I was in Zales looking for some loop earrings. And I seen the guy.
With the blue shirt on?
Yeah.
You went to the mall and went to Zales?
Wait, what?
You
want me to go to Piedmont Park? You're going to Zales?
First of all, I have a jewelry line at Zales, first of all.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
my bad.
what kind of...
So these idiots go, you went to Zales in the mall? What are you, a fucking idiot? He goes, I got a jewelry line.
What? You want me to go to Piedmont Park? You're going to Zales?
First of all, I have a jewelry line at Zales, first of all.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
my bad.
What kind of jewelry?
Everything. So anyway, I went in there to get some loop earrings.
Part of me, the conspiracy theory, the Dirk in me is thinking that this is all a plant to get, Zale's name out there,
And I seen the guy come in. He was just so shy. He was saying, "Hey, how much do I owe to pay off my ring?" It was just, and I was like, "My man, how much is the ring?" And I'm not gonna say the amount, but it's not enough to me. But I just, and this is something that I do every day. The other day, me and my mom went furniture shopping, and this lady, she had a autistic daughter, and she was also, looking to pay for some furniture. And I just took care of it. So I'm into making people happy. So whenever I leave the house, I just try to do a good deed. Like, I didn't mean for that to get out because I don't do it for that.
Yeah.
But like, the guy just came in and, he's a young kid. He's a hard-working guy. He's like, hey, man, I can come back next month and the next, like, layaway. Like, he put some money down, but I was like, you know what? Tell your girlfriend I got to take care of it. At first, he didn't want to take it. He's like, I can't do that. I said, don't worry about it. I do it all the time.
Wow.
So I'm just trying to make people smile. That's all.
How about that? That's good. That's really great. I love that. I mean, Shaq, it's a little weird, I guess. There's some degree of cringe factor in it just because when he says it, the guy didn't know a lot. It's not a lot for me. I don't know. Just sometimes Shaq just says one sentence too many. It's still great. I still love the story, and I think it's very, very kind of him to do that. It kind of leads me to believe that we should come up with a plan. We should devise a plan where, okay, so let's say I find out where Shaq lives, and then I've got what stores he goes to. Okay, I can. You talked about the lady who had the kid who special needs, and then that kind of tugged at his heartstrings. So I can go and pick up Kenny, and I'll then go to any place that Shaq may show up at, and then just kind of ring up a bunch of shit. And then in the event that Shaq comes in, he sees me, and hey, who's this? Oh, this is my brother Kenny. He's little something. The elevator doesn't go all the way to the top, if you know what I mean. And Kenny won't have to act or anything. He's gonna sit there with his headphones, listening to his shitty music or talking way too much to strangers he doesn't know about shit where that bores them and they want to fucking commit Harry Carey because he's talking too much. And then Shaq's going to go, hey, I see you got to deal with this guy. Here, how much is this? Here, yeah. Okay, yeah, if it's that, yeah, I'll pay for it all. Here you go, just because you got to deal with this guy all the fucking time. Okay, yeah, okay, okay, I'm going to go kill myself too. Sorry, Kenny. Now he's going to block me. What the hell, man? Kate says he also pays off layaway at Christmas time for people. Can we collect money for the holiday season for a layaway giveaway, pay off a few folks' layaways? Yeah, that was the goal with the charity, which, believe it or not, is still a thing. Zaniac Nick, not Patriot Nick, Zaniac Nick W, is helping me set up the charity. I'm so slow though. That's what's kind of slowing it down is me. But that's supposed to be how the charity is supposed to work. But that doesn't mean we still can't do it. If the charity doesn't matter if the charity's set up or not. It's just that just allows me to be able to do that, and you can get tax benefits if you do donate to it. At least that's the plan. I'll probably have it done like the day before my last podcast. But that is an excellent idea. Excellent idea. Similar to the great food giveaway. Layaway so people can pay off, so we can pay off layaways. I can't even talk anymore. I'm just screwed up here. I'm just an idiot. My God. Very cool of Shaq. Okay. Thank you to Linda for sending this one along. If you can picture your kids, if they're school-aged, teenagers, they might get into trouble from time to time. But in this part of Michigan, this is kind of not far where Diana and I first started our life together, Midland, Michigan. This is when we didn't even have any kids. We lived in Midland. It's right near a town called Gladwin. In this town, a few vacation homes got broken into, and they're trying to find out who did it. Well, they found out who did it. Check this out.
Story we broke at 5 o'clock, mass destruction in a mid-Michigan neighborhood. Homeowners coming home to thousands of dollars in damages. Their homes practically unlivable. And as horrible as the damage is, it's not the most remarkable part of this story. The Gladwin County Sheriff's Department says the 3 suspects, all siblings, are 5, 7, and 13 years old. Okay. ABC tells Mark Bullion live.
A 13-year-old, no doubt the ringleader, and he convinces the 7-year-old and the 5-year-old to go in there and destroy shit. What?
Gladwin County tonight. And Mark, these kids are so young. You spoke with a child psychologist today. Does something like this surprise them?
Well, Matt, not at all. Dr. Rico Richardson says, unfortunately, this is nothing new. Kids these days are just getting a lot more bored easily these days.
Yeah,
and at
okay,
those.
So he's blaming the psychologist is blaming boredom for the reason why these kids are assholes. I don't agree with that. I agree with asshole parents who don't know how to raise kids or keep track of them is probably the reason.
Ages, they're not thinking about the potential consequences that may come. Take a look at this destruction. Absolutely unbelievable.
It's bad, really
the
bad.
Gladwin County
fucking moron spray painted like 666 on the wall and just completely destroyed this house, man.
Sheriff's Department sharing numerous photos with us today showing homes with splattered paint on the walls, broken and smashed items.
Did you ever hang out with a couple that has kids and let's say you go over the house to do something fun or play games, whatever, have a few pops, and you get the impression that the parents aren't that friendly with their own kids? Those are the best parents. Those are the ones who are constantly looking at the kids with a raised eyebrow. You motherfucker, I am not here to be your friend. I am here to be your parent. Your friends are the hoodlums who I'm fucking trying to keep you away from. And they're not your friends anymore. I always love it when you have parents who are just always suspicious and just ball breakers to their kids. That's always my favorite thing to witness, because the kid's always like really polite and kind and behaved, and they know that if they step one toe out of line, they're gonna get fucking come over here, get over here, chasing them through the house. I'm gonna whip your ass. Oh my God. I keep hearing stories about new age parents, and I'm like, you fucking dummies are making this so much more complex than you need it to be. Seriously, I was when my kids were growing up, It was on. If something went south, there would be a chase through the house, okay? And if I caught them, I was going to be concerned about my hand because I was going to hit them so hard on the ass, okay? I'd be like, oh shit, I'm bummed out because my hand is going to hurt. I'm going to hit you so hard. And then they're doing everything. The rules are this. If you can get away, good for you. You're with that. Anytime you can put time between the infraction and me actually smacking your ass is good for you. If you manage to get away from me, get out of the house or lock yourself in a bathroom, okay? This is good for you because the more time that passes, the more I'm going to cool. So this is good strategy by the child. Along the way, though, I'm going to be picking shit up to throw at you or hit you with, okay? That did happen. And if I was a father to young kids right now, it would still happen. Okay. That's the way it went in our house. And it seemed to work. So I would chase them around if they made it out of the house, especially as they got older and got faster and got stronger. There was a good chance they were going to be able to get away. Okay. That was the reason why Jacqueline said, Dad, hit her. She's loud. Dad, I learned it from you. Okay? So, all right. I'm not friends with you. And if shit gets weird, we're going to have a problem. That's how we parented, and it seemed to work. Okay? I'm happy with the result. My kids all grew up to be fine individuals. Nick writes, it all makes sense now. So, all right, no new age parenting in the Eric Zane Show podcast household. And as they grew up, there comes a point when the child can actually kick your ass. This is when this stops, okay? Then you don't chase them to the house anymore, especially Jim. Jim is lightning fast. And I remember there was days when I was like, all right, here we go, motherfucker. And he's like blocking shit. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. He's really, really fast. And then all of a sudden, it's game on and he's grabbing me and I'm grabbing him. We're trying to punch each other. Shit fucking looks like an NHL fight. And, at that point, you can't do it anymore because he's going to kick your ass. That's called parenting. Okay. That's exactly how it needs to be. This is what needs to happen with these asshole parents. Okay, they need to kick these kids right in the ass.
Graffiti on the walls, fire extinguishers set off, and kitchen cabinets basically emptied. You are looking at thousands, if not.
Tyler brought this up. This is awesome. Thank you, Tyler. There comes a day when you have to call the cops because your daughter is kicking your ass. That happened. Okay, Jackie's in a fight with Ernie, and she's raging like the Hulk. And so Ernie wants to leave. They're not together anymore. This is when Jackie was a walking stats charge. And so Ernie wants to get out of the house. She won't let him leave. So he goes to leave, and she slams the door. And he's trying to open it, and she can't. She's too strong. So then he goes to the other door, and she's faster than him. And then she blocks that door. We're like, oh, fuck, we're trapped here. So I come up with a plan. I am going to hold on to her, and then you leave. Well, that worked. I get a hold of her. Ernie makes it out the door, but then, just like the Hulk, when he gets stronger, when he gets enraged, she goes, rah! And I'll never forget it. It was at this point, she's 16 years old, that this is above my pay grade. She busts free and goes out the door and runs out the house and jumps in front of the car, and she's on the hood, and it's terrible. And he's like, come on, I just want to leave. We're fighting. We're going to have a cool-off period. She's like, no. And the neighbors are coming out. They're like, oh, God, great. This is the big one. Shit. So I call the cops. And now I know all these guys. So I go, hey, send somebody over. So 2 cars come over. And it's, what's his name again? Skolna. Skolna comes pulling up. And he gets out, and I look at him. I go, Jim, I got a problem. This is not my son, Jim. His name is Jim. I go, dude, this is terrible. She's losing her mind. There's nothing we can do. She's going to steal your gun and hit you with it. And he's like, okay. So Jackie, at this point, she sees the cops and she goes in the house. And so it's me and Skolma. And Jackie, come on down. This is me. No! And so Jim goes, Jackie, this is Deputy Skolma. Would you come down? No, I'm not coming over you either. I'm like, oh, shit. I go, Jim, we're fucked. She's going to kill us both with your gun. And he's like, okay, man. All right. So he continues to talk. And then eventually she comes down. Now, back then, she wore really heavy eye makeup. I mean, even without crying, she looked like a panda bear. And so that was the thing. And so now all of it is it's just black streaks going down her face. She looked like Chris Dolman of the Minnesota Vikings back in the day. And she's like, oh my God, this is fucking dirty. This is bullshit. Holy shit. So the cop's like, well, Jackie, can we step outside? And she goes, nah, fuck you. I'm not doing anything. Oh my God. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do. We were completely helpless, And so she goes outside and he's giving her the, kind of like talking to her. And eventually she finally just calmed down. Nobody was really satisfied with the outcome. It was just a horrible, horrible setup, man. And she eventually calmed down. And I learned a valuable lesson that day. She outpowers me. I was okay till about age 13 with beating my children. And then they just kicked my ass. I could no longer beat them. So truth be told, I didn't beat my kids. I'm just saying that for this story. Some asshole's going to get all butthurt by that. And then I'm going to get mad at him and unfriend him and block him. I feel really bad about that, by the way, Jed. I'm really sorry. Oh my God, I'm such a bitch. You see, I'm not perfect. I have never claimed to be. I am not a saint. All right. Where are we? Okay. How the hell did I get out? Okay, we didn't even finish the story yet. Okay, let's go.
Tens of thousands of dollars in damage. Hurley Medical Center child psychologist Dr. Rico Richardson.
In terms of good decision making, wanting to fit in, wanting to be considered cool or down for the cause, I could see a 5 and 7 year old tagging along to be part of a break-in or any type of crime. In themselves, by themselves, isolative, they probably would never do anything like that. A 13-year-old would do something like that by themselves.
I mean, you look at all that paint and what it's covering. Walls, carpeting, furniture, the blinds. It literally looks like whoever is responsible went on a rampage through these homes. This all happening between April 5th and 6th in the Wildwood Shores area of Barrett Township in Gladwin County. In total, 5 seasonal homes were broken into, and the sheriff's department says there could be more as more people open up their homes for the spring.
Kids act out in that manner. Sometimes it's anger. Sometimes it's boredom. Sometimes it's a lack of supervision by their parents. But there is a growing number of kids that are teenagers that are just flat out rebellious, that the perfect parenting and the perfect home, and you can still yet get a child that does these type of things.
And no word tonight.
Oh, what a lip smack. Did you hear that? It's like he went, all right, give us a big lip smack before you speak.
A child that does these type of things.
And no word tonight if any items were stolen. The sheriff's department staying pretty tight-lipped about this case just because we are dealing with 3 juveniles. Yeah. We do know that 2 of the homes, the investigation into 2 of those homes has been completed. It has been forwarded on to the Gladwin County Prosecutor's Office. We, of course, will stay on top of it with any
little
new
assholes.
updates.
Okay, screw that. Oh, my God. Asshole kids, their parents should be charged. Their parents should have to pay for everything. The kids are a problem, too. Okay. Got the email of the day coming up and an amazing story about a mom who had a baby. Actually, she had twins. If you have a business and you want me to talk about it on this podcast, I want you to reach out, eric@ericzaneshow.com. I'd love to tell you about how it works. eric@ericzaneshow.com. No commitment on your part, just me telling you everything you need to know. It is gives you, of course, the platform of Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and the recorded daily podcast, all there for you to get the word out about your business. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Reach out to me on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. I would love to hear from you to tell you how it works. Thanks again at TC Paintball. Wednesdays, it's the kid day. All right? 8 to 11-year-olds? Let me double check this. 8 to 12-year-olds? Thank you, Rick. You think I would have this down by now. 8 to 12-year-olds, the low-impact equipment for the TC Paintball Kids Leagues on Wednesday. Gather up the kids. Head to TC Paintball. It's after school. Check-in starts at 5 p.m. on Wednesdays. Play starts at 5:30. Please pre-register by calling or emailing, okay? Call or email the folks at TC Paintball. No weekly commitment needed. You just walk in and play. The low-impact equipment doesn't hurt. Maybe the kids are ready to graduate to the next level. The teen league then could be for them using the traditional equipment. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't necessarily we've got several people that play with us when we do the paintball wars who are 8 to 12 years old, and they play with the standard equipment. That's cool too. Whatever you want, whatever the kid can handle. Some kids can handle it. Some kids can't. Sometimes they get a little scared. So whatever, it's cool. That's what kids do. And for a lot of kids who don't play sports, as a parent, you might be like, God, he plays video games all damn day, or she plays video games all damn day. I sure wish she would get up and move. This is how you do it. You combine those worlds, paintball and movement. You're running around, you're hiding, you're doing stuff kids do, and they're going to, oh my God, they're going to have so much fun. TC Paintball Wednesdays is the kids leagues. All right. Get those kids off the couch and get them into a real life video game. You play outdoors. It's awesome. Okay, the next paintball war is Sunday, May 16th. I want to see you there, Jed. Paintball war number 14 happens Sunday, May 16th, 5 p.m. start for paintball war number 14. I've got Matt Kuipers, who sent me an RSVP, and he is the only one. We are just over 1 month away from this event. I need to start knocking out the RSVPs. I need to start seeing those RSVPs. So if you're going to be there, I need to know. I don't even care if you think, I'll be there. Eric's going to know it. No. You need to tell me, okay? Kevin, okay? Maze, I need to know this shit. Don't make me wait, jerks. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Why do you guys always do this to me? I sweat it. I'm like, damn it. Well, I'm going to be there. No, I don't know that. I do not know that. You must reach out to me. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Sorry. I'm not really mad. I'm just being a bitch. I'm a total bitch today. My God. Mitch says me plus you can't. You can't do it on the virtual hand raising. You can't do it. You're lucky I saw that. You got to email me. I said that. Dude, I'm in. Me plus the boys. I know. My buddy Bo is going to be there, but this didn't happen. I didn't see this. I'm going to forget it. You must send an email. Let's see. Oh, you got to follow the rules. Tarantula farmer. All right. Where the hell am I? Okay. I got this email of the day I'm going to get to in just a second. It's a great idea from Allison. I love that. And I will take care of that. We have an asshole of the day that we have to talk about. Who is going to be the asshole of the day? Any nominees? Raise your hand virtually on the live stream. We can take those. Okay. So imagine this. 39-year-old Rebecca Roberts has been trying to get pregnant with her husband for some time. They've struggled with infertility. You know what's funny about infertility? Not funny, but how often that happens. I never had that issue. If I just thought about getting Diana pregnant, she'd get pregnant. But it never occurred to me how many people have that problem. And that, can you imagine that? You're getting ready to start a family and it's a struggle. It's almost like when you start dating someone, before you become attached, it should be mandatory that you have to get your fertility screen to make sure you can have babies. Because can you imagine if you're getting ready to go out on a date and then you end up falling in love and then you find out, yeah, we can't have babies. Shit. What are you supposed to do? Kick her to the curb because she can't get pregnant? That'd be terrible. It's almost like before you start dating, you should find out if you're fertile or not. It could save you a lot of heartache. I'm sure people actually do that. Hey, before we even get started, I don't have any swimmers. My jizz is terrible. It's all on that Elmo doll. Rebecca and her husband struggled with infertility for more than a year. So finally, somehow, they managed to get a positive test result. They're like, oh my God, this is so great. We're going to have a baby. So, okay, they go and at one point in the pregnancy, they get that first ultrasound and you get the image, here's your baby. And we hear the heart. You can hear that telltale sign of the heart beating. Oh, that's incredible, So, okay, there's that. Time passes. This couple lives in England, by the way. And then they go back for another ultrasound 5 weeks later. And the person who's running the sonograph is, she's got the thing on the belly, and then there's like an assistant there and maybe like an intern, and they're all in the room, and then mom is there, and then all of a sudden, what was a playful, nice conversation, everybody shuts up. And she's like, hey, what's going on? And something's wrong. Something is odd. Something is off. And Robert says, I thought something awful had happened. And then the lady who's running the sonograph, she goes, so, 5 weeks ago, we did this, and here we are back, and you have twins. And they're like, what? She's like, huh? How? And they go, yeah, it's twins, but the second baby that we just saw is not nearly as far along developmentally as the first twin. So they're thinking that maybe this might be one of those weirdo things you see. Occasionally there's the type of, I forget the terminology, but you have the one twin gets absorbed, one child gets absorbed by the other, and then, the baby is born, and after the pregnancy comes to term, and the other child has been absorbed by the first one, okay? And maybe like a foot's hanging off the kid's shoulder, or sometimes you even get like a Siamese twin or something. I guess they don't call them that anymore. Conjoined twins. I'm probably going to get canceled because I said Siamese twin. But that happens. So they think that the first kid is got like a kid growing out of his face or something like that. And that's a problem. You definitely don't want that. Something happened in the whole process. Can you imagine that? It was terrible. And then Doc comes in, takes a look at it, and he goes, I don't think so. I think we have an ultra, ultra rare thing called superfetation. Superfetation is mom gets pregnant. Though pregnant, couple keeps having sex, and she gets pregnant again weeks later. What? Yes, that's a thing. Excuse me. That's what happened here. Rebecca Roberts' pregnancy is one of very few superfetation cases recorded in medical literature, according to her OB, David Walker. So uncommon, they struggled to diagnose it. In this doc's 25 years as an OB, he'd never seen that. He says it just doesn't happen. It took several scans before they could confidently diagnose a condition. So that meant that there was a period of time where she thought it was like, Quado from Total Recall, So that had to be terrible. Some of you might get that reference. You must email if you got the reference. Similar to the reference to Puck from Alpha Flight earlier in the week. If you got the Quado from Total Recall reference, I need to know that joke landed with you. 3 people got the Puck joke. We were concerned because the second twin was much smaller. It was only by regularly scanning and seeing that the rate of growth was consistently several weeks behind that we realized it was superfetation. So there you go. In fact, I'll be able to share this pic with you so you can see exactly what I see. So you can see these 2 little bundles of joy. There you go. There they are. Now you can tell that that one is much bigger than the other. I mean, this is when you see this one right here is it was the first one, and then this one who's a little bit herp derp. You can tell there's some herp derpitude to it, but still doing okay. Just a handful of weeks younger. My God. Hello, baby. Hello, angel pie. Oh, yes. So there you go. What a freaking surprise. Can you imagine? My gosh. The true number of these cases is not known, but according to a report in 2008, fewer than 10 instances of this phenomenon worldwide have ever happened or known to have happened. Back in the day, though, you know that there was times, there had to have been at least one point when they, well, you know, if you think about it, way back when they didn't have ultrasounds, well, you know, with the stethoscope, any OB worth his salt would be able to tell that there's 2 heartbeats, though. So I guess it would never have been a surprise. In my mind, I was picturing a baby coming out, and they go, hey, here you go. Oh, my God, there's another one. That probably did happen at some point. If a doc was like, we had no idea that there was another baby in there. Jesus. Ordinarily, hormonal and physical changes during pregnancy prevent another conception from occurring. This was not the case for Roberts. Instead of stopping ovulation, she released another egg about 3 or 4 weeks after the first one, and the egg somehow miraculously managed to fertilize an implant in her uterus. I wonder if they actually had sex again, or if there was still leftover jizz that, you know, kind of, is that even a thing? Like 4-week-old jizz was floating around and they were going, hey, where's an egg? Oh my God, there's one left over. Get it. Fuck yes. You know, okay. Email of the day brought to you by my friends at Forever Law in West Michigan. Online at foreverlawn.com. foreverlawn.com/WMI. Allison writes this. Again, a lot of the ideas I ever have on the show come from you guys. Allison heard me tell the story about Lake Peigneur draining in Louisiana in 1980. And something popped in her head. She said, I loved the random lake over the salt mine disaster story from the podcast yesterday. It was really interesting. I think you should do a weekly Eric Zane history segment where you just tell us some random historical shit, but with your Eric Zane Show podcast comedic flair, kind of like drunk history, but probably funnier. Signed, Allison. And right away, I was like, you know, maybe there's something there. Similarly, on today's show, the Prince Phillip story. I love reading about that stuff, and I like reading it and then, you know, committing it to memory with maybe a few glances at what I learned while I'm doing it and then talking about it. So I do enjoy that. And for me, I have to enjoy it in order for me to actually want to do it as a podcast. And she says, I think it's a great idea. I've thought the same thing, but hearing it from you makes me want to follow through on it. She adds, I think it'd be great the way you editorialize everything with your own spin. Even if it was a historical story that I knew, I would still enjoy it. She says, you always have a special way of explaining things. Well, that is a very, very kind thing for you to say. I appreciate that, Allison. Perhaps. That's all it takes usually, some type of push from you, the audience. So if you ever have a thought about something And you think, hey, I should probably share this with Zane. No, he'd think it's stupid. Share it because I might like it, and it might turn into something great. Not that everything I do is great, but I would enjoy it. Kenny says, I got the Total Recall reference. Thank you. Yes. All right. What did Nathan write? I can't get into it now. Mitch writes, yep, me and the boys. Come on, dude. Yeah, I know. I know you're going to be there. How many kids you got? 2? Are you bringing 3? So just you and the boys, or you're going to bring somebody else? You got to let me know. You got to send me another email. Emailer Tim, it's Friday, so I'm letting his emails be heard. Would you still pay off the layaway if it was an adult sex store or an Elmo factory? Yeah, you see, Tim, once in a while you get a decent joke, and that just wasn't one of them. All right. Okay, there you go. Email of the day brought to you by Forever Lawn West Michigan, online at foreverlawn.com/WMI. Okay, asshole of the day nominees, please send them along on the live stream, and we will get to them. I spent some time yesterday with Jason Duflo. I think it's Duflo, from Cornhole America. Oh, my God. What a great time. The fact that, he goes to a party, and they're throwing cornhole, throwing bags, playing cornhole. And he's like, I can probably build one of these. And now he builds one for himself. His friend says, would you build one for me too? He does it. And he hand paints the logos on it or the design that they wanted. Now he has a enterprise that is all across the United States of making cornhole boards. You can put anything onto a set of cornhole board. And I said to him, I go, well, what if I want to put a Detroit Tigers logo on it? Are you allowed to do that? He goes, well, I'm not allowed to do it, but I'm going to assume that whoever wants me to do it has a license to do it. So hell yeah, I'll put it on a set of cornhole boards. So whatever you want on a set of cornhole boards, get it done at Cornhole America, online at cornholeamerica.com. Now, these are professional grade boards. So if you're a professional, you want a board just like these to play because of the bounce, the slide, the dimensions. It's all perfect. Everything about these boards is something that they use in like the National Cornhole League, which is a thing, okay? Cornhole's a lot of fun. And again, you can put anything onto the set of cornhole boards. You can even put anything at all onto the bags, okay? If you just buy their cornhole boards with their logo on it, which is that guy right there, I think it's like $169 for a set, and they're going to last forever. If you put your own logo on it, it's a little bit more than that. You can even get my image on it and my logo on it. Eric Zane Show podcast cornhole boards. All there at cornholeamerica.com. Thank you. A&E Heating and Cooling says, Joe says, look, April is when you want to take advantage of scheduling your air conditioning tune-up, okay? He's doing that right now, and he's getting a head start on it. And if you schedule in April, not everybody schedules in April. They always tend to wait. But if you schedule in April, it's going to be $10 cheaper than when you get it in May. So schedule it for April right now at 616-516-8579. You have to do this once a year. And it's $69. Otherwise, it's going to cost you $79 after April. So today, call. If you've done this before, this is an opportunity for you to save $10. 616-516-8579. Once he does it, he's going to suggest that you pay for the next year in advance. And what that does is that tunes up your furnace in 6 months and tunes for your next AC tune-up. You pay for a whole year, okay? And that's going to save you even more money. And then you're done. 616-516-8579. Don't just flip on the AC because there's probably a nest full of mice in there who have chewed on the wires, and it's going to fry your setup, and that's going to be expensive. Do not just flip it on. Have Joe, he's going to take the cover off. He's going to get out the family of mice or the squirrel that's in there. He's going to clean the condenser, all that shit. And then he's going to check, you make sure your electronics inside are working just fine. Fire it up. It's running good. It's going to do some tests on it. Boom, you're done. It's going to take 40 minutes of time. That's it. $69 A&E Heating and Cooling. Bringing up the rear, batting cleanup. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. They sponsor the live stream. They've been with me from nearly the beginning of this podcast. 616-532-6600. They work Monday through Friday. You can drop your car off on the weekend. Okay. If you're going to do that, I recommend you do it Sunday night. If your car stays over there for the weekend, they bring all the cars inside so that nobody takes a dump inside of the cars. They are the best. They're along 44th Street, just a few blocks east of 131 on a street called Stafford. Check them out. Everything is non-contact. Okay. So you just drop the car off. And then, you get an email. This is what first of all, you tell them what you want done. Hey, it's making this noise. There's something wrong with it. They check it out. They tell you, all right, this is what's wrong. Do you approve the work? This is all done via email. Yes. Okay. All right. They fix it. They send you a bill, email, boom. You pay it online. Car is going to be ready to go at this time. You pick it up. It's after hours. Keys are in the lockbox. Put in your code. Take your keys. Get the hell out of there. You're done. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Thank you. Okay. Asshole of the day. Who are our nominees? Taking a look. DMX. Nah, I can't. He's got to be dead. I can't make DMX an asshole of the day nominee. Should he be revered for his music? Absolutely. Was he an asshole from day one? Of course. Yeah. Should you respect him? For his music. He's a shitty human being. All right. A guy who jizzed on Elmo. I mean, seriously, that's a hard and fast number one. How about parents of the brats, of the kids, 5, 7, and 13-year-old? How about the kids? They could be asshole of the day nominees. That's all I got. That is all I got. What do you have? Let's take a look. Lisa says, my hubby, I got to do everything around here. Didn't he just break his leg in half? What? I don't know, Lisa. Patriot Nick says, email or Tim. Yeah, absolutely. Incognito got the reference to the Quado reference. Elmo rapist gets a nominee from Stevie. Yeah, it's got to be. Eric, for reasons I stated previously. I don't know if I want to go back and say it. Do I get a nominee for blocking Jed? Nominee for asshole of the day? Well, yeah, I mean, maybe I can get a nomination, but I don't think that I could possibly outdo our actual winner of the asshole of the day award, right? Okay, I can tolerate that. I mean, I can handle that. I mean, I'm not but without a doubt, it has to be the Elmo fucker. That guy is your asshole of the day. Can be no other. Maybe on another day, if we were lean on nominees, I could have had a chance. Or maybe the kids who broke into the house or their parents. I don't know. But it's got to be the guy who had sex with Elmo. Holy shit. How is that guy not committed suicide at this point? Because he's out of jail. If I were trying to resurrect my life, I mean, he would have to he could do a reality show. This is an opportunity here. The guy who was masturbating onto Elmo, he could set up his own cameras in his house and just the whole dynamic of his family beating the shit out of him for the remainder of his life would make him I know I would subscribe to that. I would actually want to see that if that actually happened. So, all right, folks, that is going to do it. That is another week of podcasting in the books. I appreciate you being here, part of it. If you're new, please spread the word. Jed says no nominee for you from me. Not today, anyway. Thank you, Jed. I appreciate that. We're good. I will unblock you and refriend you on Facebook. I feel like such a child. All right, folks. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you on Patreon in just a little while after I take the dogs for a walk and get something to eat. Of course, I'll be on with Patreon with Ben tonight, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast with you on Zoom. Just got to reach out to me if you want to be part of that show. Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Zane, send me the link for tonight's show, and I will do that. Please keep it to yourself, though, and don't share it with anybody, or else we'll be watching decapitations and horrible videos, and we just don't want that. Thanks again. Till next time. Bye-bye.